Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is Fishing with Jamie, back at it here once again with with a driving video. The reason that I wanted to do a video is I wanted to see if perhaps people out there if they can give some recommendations. So I have been pretty comfortable with a certain sort of lures and things like that, and I wanted to know if there were things out there that you guys that you all use and fish with, and things that seem to work well for you. And I wanted to see if there was something that you would recommend, something that we could probably try to incorporate here in northern Illinois and I guess northeastern Illinois and southeastern Wisconsin. That's the ground that I typically try to cover. But yeah, I wanted to see what are your thoughts? What type of things work for you? Maybe things that suggestions on different sorts of lures or presentations, things like that you really you use. It is kind of your go-to. Maybe something that's outside of the normal too. So everybody fishes Senkos and Texas rigged worms and things like that. Maybe there's something out there that you do that we all can benefit from. So yeah, just a super quick little video. I guess if you can leave a comment down below, let me know what works for you. And I guess I'll take a turn myself. Things that work well for me. So something that I think I really got into last year, and I didn't have a lot of success with it before. I'm going to give you two. So the first, and definitely noticed that this worked in the early springtime, and when some of those colder months. I noticed in the springtime, definitely in the fall as well. But lipless crankbaits. Those definitely worked extremely well. A go-to of mine in the early spring was a reddish lipless crank, almost like a red craw imitation color. That was really good and produced a lot for me early spring of last year. Throughout the summer, lipless crankbait, I liked it. It really grew on me. But and it always seemed to produce something. And then definitely into the fall months, going back and fishing that's pretty hardcore in those areas where you knew fish were going to congregate to feed. In particular, I can kind of paint a picture for you in a lake. There was a small channel. The lake kind of comes into that channel. Big weed bed on one side, big weed bed on the other side. So areas where some of these predator fish can hide and just kind of sit and wait for some of those smaller bait fish to come through. And so I would go there with a lipless crankbait, and actually, any type of crankbait, but particularly I used the lipless in this scenario. Threw it in between these two little areas right as that canal began, and it produced. So definitely like the lipless crankbait. Another option or another bait that really grew on me, and I wasn't very confident when I began it, but soon it became one of my go-tos, was a drop shot. And I'm sure you use them all over the place. I use them, and it just produces. It's something that you can fish with. You can give many different presentations. You can adjust the height. You are pinging some fish that you see it, they're suspended in like a middle column. You can toss that out and you can use the drop shot in those circumstances. And then there's those instances where, like right now, where it's cold, maybe the water's starting to open up. Like, you can make it a little bit smaller, so you're hitting fish that are lower, not really moving very much. You can send something down there and give them a good presentation as well. So, and you know, you could fish it with worms, you could fish it with minnows, you could fish it with like creature baits. It's very versatile. You could use it in many different areas, many different presentations, and it just works and it produces. So those are two that I would give you. I would assume, like I said, drop shot, many people use. Lipless crankbaits, I know a lot of people use them, but you know, it doesn't seem like it's one of those, the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth thing that somebody reaches for, but maybe it should be. And I'm going to give you a third, a bonus, and this is going to be that good old trusty tube. You know, the tubes are, they're magic when it comes to bass. I don't know what it is about that plastic body, the tail, the cut up like tail on it. But bass seem to love it. You could hook it in many different ways to give different presentations. There's even ways where you create like that bubble, and as it comes down and that water fills, it releases bubbles and it tracks. And so, I mean, there's a lot of different ways that you can fish it and toss it and really present it to the fish. And you know, it's something very cool. So that'd be a third, a little bonus. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Tell me what works well for you, and you know, definitely leave it in the comments. And hopefully this becomes a free flowing sort of idea type place where a lot of people can go and read the comments and learn a lot. So you know, definitely, hopefully we can all help each other out. And you know, till next time, tight lines, everyone. Thank you much.